Right, how's Leo feeling? Right, in the challenge position, we've got the Ace of Wands. So the challenge is a rebirth. I get rebirth vibes from the Ace of Wands. It could be tremendous. Well, it will be tremendous enthusiasm, excitement. Wands are phallic. You know, they represent passion, energy, excitement. This is a huge amount of excitement for, it could be the rebirth. With this being a love reading, it could be the rebirth of a connection, whether it was established or, you know, something that was a bit of a non-starter. Like it was over before it even got going, never quite got to. Or it could be a marriage of like 30 plus years. Do you know what I mean? I'll know what else when more cards come out. But this is the challenge. Like, can we have a do-over? You see the mountains in the background? Mountains represent obstacles, overcoming difficulty. When you have flat ground in tarot pictures, it's like it's plain sailing. Do you know what I mean? It's easy. When you have mountains, it's like there's going to be obstacles to overcome. And then I love this because I'm a geography teacher, right? I teach lots of subjects, but being a geography teacher, I can see all the detail in these mountains, and there's like fissures and stuff in the cracks, cracks in the rocks. I love tarot. I love art. I love tarot. I love learning. Can we have a rebirth? That's not very polite, John. Hi, Mohammed. I don't answer individual questions in lives, the collective readings, but you can watch her sign. You can watch Tanzila's sign or watch your sign, and you'll get a lot of information because I do very in-depth readings. Hi, Jagdish. Hi, Shipra. I can answer individual questions when I've got 4,000 watch hours. John, if you're open-minded, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, I'm going to give you the heave-ho. I never thought I'd be into tarot. I never ever thought I'd be into tarot. But when you get to sort of like approaching middle age, you sort of become more like you've got more life experience and you're more open, I suppose, to things not being super storybook. Like when you're in your early 20s, you think there's only one soulmate for you, or you think you get married and have children, and then it's just nirvana after that, and it's just not the case, is it? Life's very complicated. A lot happens. I'm not unemployed, babe. I'm a high school teacher, a very successful one. And I've got 2 tarot channels that I do whilst I'm teaching full-time. He's not here for it, so let's chuck him out. It's a closed-minded person. You feel sorry for my students? Don't do. They get fantastic results, honey. The Two of Swords is... The Two of Swords is about needing to make a choice, but avoiding it. Okay, so in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a person who's blindfolded that has their arms crossed over. Okay, so it's avoidance. It's like, I don't want to deal with this right now. Page of Cups reversed is... Well, Page of Cups upright is an expression. You see that person's offering a cup. Cups are emotions. This would be you offering a cup of emotion towards someone, so any kind of feeling. So it could be an expression of love, an expression of remorse, you know, like an apology. When it's reversed, it's like, I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to show how I'm feeling. I'm not open to showing how I'm feeling about someone. So that kind of makes sense because we've got this like sense of denial. The challenge is a rebirth. And the Page of Cups reversed, which is like, I'm keeping my cards close to my chest. I'm not going to let anyone know how I'm feeling. I'm just wondering why John is watching tarot if he doesn't like it and he doesn't agree with it. And why is John at home in the middle of the day, like watching tarot? John's on one. Never mind. You can't win them all, and I'm not trying to. You come and find me when you want to. Tarot finds you. Do you know what I mean? I've let myself down and said things on other people's channels. Really human, aren't we? The Seven of Wands reversed. The Seven of Wands upright. So these are the cards for your person now, whether it's someone that you're thinking about, someone that you're actually dealing with, or someone that you're manifesting in. The Seven of Wands is like, you know, if there's a promotion going in work and like, you know, it's open for anyone to like throw the hat in the ring or whatever. This is like, yeah, I can do this. I can totally do this. It's determination, like competitiveness, you know, willing to fight for something, wanting to gain the upper hand, you know, to go for what you want. When it's reversed, it's feeling like at a disadvantage. Like, I don't think I would get that if I went for it. So, obviously, if you use work as an example, work can come out in these readings because that obviously affects how open we are to love and whether we feel prepared for love. But it could be that this person feels at a loss when it comes to fighting for you. They don't feel like you go for it, or they feel like you're closed off to it, or they're not good enough, or some, you know, some sort of obstacles. Very in Redbeard, I need you, because someone said something not nice to me. They said they feel sorry for my students. You know, I'm like the favourite teacher in my school. There's freaks coming out today. Six of Swords reversed is unfinished business. Something, Leo, something started up between you and another person. And it either was a non-starter or it became established. But both of you are thinking about one another, but feel like in a very pessimistic frame of mind. They're not over this. They're not over it. They feel like they're not sure how this would, like, if you would be open to them or this would be possible. You seem closed off in terms of like showing your feelings to this person, in terms of making a decision. You know, sometimes the choice is like, should I be in a relationship again or not? Am I better being single or not? Should I stay or should I go if you're already committed? Because you're showing up as a page, I think you are single. I think at this moment in time, you're single. Maybe you've been single for a while. I have no idea. But they feel like, you know, you're so hard to reach at the moment, but we'll keep clarifying. Let's get another card for them. You're gonna make John do laps around the field. He does deserve it, doesn't he? In his vest and pumps. I tell you what, the kids don't. They're not victims in school. Cause all kinds of trouble. They only do what they want to do. Meow meow. Someone asked me to say meow meow. Meow Chan. Thabati. Meow Cat. Are you changing your name? How are you changing your name like that? Jagdish, you need to watch your sign or the sign of your person. If it's to do with work, you can ask for a personal reading. It's £18. Something finance related may come up in your love reading, because obviously that does affect whether you're prepared for love right now. But I will start memberships from mid-November, doing career education and finance readings and health readings. Probably like monthly. We've got the Nine of Wands reversed. The Nine of Wands upright is... This is the wounded warrior. This is someone that's... It's a very negative reading. Like, I'm not saying it's negative in its results, but what we've got so far, like, you'd be feeling very lost and deflated. The Nine of Wands is about challenges and obstacles, and like it's been a long, hard road. Nine is near the end of a cycle, but we're prepared to keep going. This is a fighter, okay? This is a warrior. When it's reversed, though, it's like, I'm not carrying these burdens anymore. I'm not carrying these planks up this hill anymore. I'm going to drop them. So this is a choice now to drop the burden. Where there was unfinished business, where someone felt like they were not able to compete for your attention, they weren't able to win you over, they're kind of dropping the burdens. But dropping the burdens doesn't mean they're not going to try. It might mean that they're going to change strategy, you know? Like, for example, you could wait and you could release it and surrender it. So you got this intention of wanting a person, but you surrender it, and then you kind of work on yourself, and then they come to you when they're better placed, when they're in a better frame of mind or better circumstances, living in a better external reality. Like, and I honestly feel like that would need to happen. Like, you would need to have a change in mindset, Leo. Hi, this isn't a live Q&A. It's collective readings by zodiac sign. I will start doing live Q&As, but you can always buy a personal reading. But I'll do live Q&As for like £10 a question. I have to wait till I've got 4,000 watch hours to do that, though. You can always find another channel. They might be doing live Q&As, but you'll have to pay. It's only about £10. King of Pentacles upright. See, this is the outcome now. The Five of Swords reversed. Two of Wands. The Hierophant. The Temperance and the Ace of Swords. This is what we want. This is what we want. Leo, I feel like the King of Pentacles upright is really positive. It's someone who's very practical. They're living in the real world. They're very concerned with money, finances, what they earn, what they spend, having a nice home, having nice things, gifting other people. The Five of Swords reverse is someone who doesn't want to argue. Okay, it's a peacekeeper. It's someone who is very secure. They could be responsible. They keep saying they, but you know, it's about you. I think this is you, the King of Pentacles. It's either you or them, but it's earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Someone who's a fantastic provider, someone who's loyal, someone who's solid. Doesn't mean they haven't got, you know, the potential to like have a crazy sex life, but this is someone that's never going to invest in unless they believe that it's going to go somewhere, you know, like it's one that likes to have security financially. A king is masculine energy, so they're prepared to do what's right for the greater good rather than being overly concerned with each person's individual feelings and how they feel. It's like they're still very nurturing, very, very nurturing, but they're prepared to do what's right for the greater good. Masculine energy is it's slightly more single track, it's more focused. You know, there may have to be sacrifices at times, not all the time. The Two of Wands is a planning phase, so it's very much like there was a choice that needed to be made. This is like, am I going to go left or right? The Hierophant. The Hierophant is a major arcana for Taurus. You could have Earth in your chart, you could have Taurus placements, you'd have Sagittarius placements. If it's not you taking charge and getting into a planning phase, being responsible, trying to use wisdom from life experience, trying to use your better judgment, trying to remain calm, and then comes the bold move. Okay, see how the mountains are half as high in this picture? The obstacles have been cut down. I've never noticed that before. See how much lower the mountains are compared with earlier. That's a huge difference. It's like that sword has sliced through whatever the obstacles were. It's cut through, and the Ace of Swords is major clarity, major revelation, truth, a confession, a revelation of some kind. So this is, do you see what I mean? Like, this is a really nice, this is a peacekeeper. It's someone very responsible. They're living in the real world. They're not all airy-fairy and dreamy and, you know, they've got a practical nature about them. It's a very pragmatic, practical person. They make moves when it's safe to, you know? They're not going to walk across a drawbridge that looks like it's ready to collapse. They're going to, like, take a step at a time. And they're going to walk where they feel like it's absolutely secure to. The Ace of Swords is like a confession. And we needed the Emperor reversed. Okay. The Emperor is Aries energy. It's the major arcana for Aries. See the ram's heads. The Emperor has all four kings. He has the wisdom, he has the strategy, he has the intellect, he has the ambition, he has the patience, the understanding, the finances, the savings, the assets. This is a very mature person, very established person, very successful. Usually like 40 plus, because let's be honest, if you're trying to be an emperor and empress, it takes, you know, a chunk of your life to do that. It's not going to happen really before then. It could do, but for everything that it entails all at the same time, that's normally later on in life. When the Emperor's reversed, it's a lack of leadership or someone whose crown has fallen, you know, like the Empire's fallen, like they're on their knees. Or it could be the other way, and it's someone who's been overbearing and nasty and domineering, you know, throwing their weight around, being manipulative. Because that power, when power's misused, it can be a very bad thing for a lot of people. You know, it's a corrupt entity or whatever. So it could be that they're under Like they're overbearing or they're feeling weak. It's like a negative aspect of the emperor, like accentuated in one direction or the other. And I don't know which, but it's strange to have that in the outcome at the same time as we've got this huge confession. I wonder if you're dealing with an emperor, you know, because they didn't come out as anything. You came out as a page, and then it kind of made sense to me that you would be the King of Pentacles, because it was like kind of you that was closed off, you that was like shut down to like love, and this person was just like, it's unfinished business, I'm not over it, and then they're trying to like drop the burden. But it could be them. One of you is the Emperor, and I feel like the other one is the King of Pentacles, and they're both fantastic. That's double masculine energy, that, so there's a bit of a clash, really. I mean, we all have moments of weakness, we all have a chink in our armour, or we have a moment in time, or a, you know, a month where we're sort of like really not feeling ourselves, really not feeling good, because that's life, isn't it? When things around us change, it changes how we're feeling. Your levels of optimism, your actual like practicable capabilities, timing's everything. So it's not really a reflection on whether someone's good enough or not. It's just we all experience like ups and downs, highs and lows, and some quite neutral periods as well. Oh my god. We've got an emperor and an empress. They're divine counterparts, and they are of the highest status. Leo. Leo, one of you is the emperor and the other one's the empress. Stop it. Oh my god. I love that. That's an absolute banger of a reading. Now the Emperor's reversed. So where's the Emperor reversed? You're feeling at a disadvantage. I feel like they're the Emperor and you're going from the King of Pentacles upright. What's the Empress with? I've never had that happen. We've got the King and Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor and the Empress. You joking? Oh my, right. They're together. They're together. Oh my god. Maybe they're the King of Pentacles because... Oh wait, how do I work this out? I mean, either way, it's fantastic. I've never had like I don't think I've ever had in a reading like a matching suit to a king and queen of the same suit and an emperor and an empress. Whatever this is, it's profound, it's powerful. You signed contracts in the 5D that you were going to live out a life together. This is like destined. This is like fated. It was written in the stars. Nothing's going to be like too big for you to overcome. Nothing. I'm absolutely blown away. I just thought that was you because I felt like you were like keeping things to yourselves, but also you could view someone as thinking this is unfinished business. I'm not gonna like worry about this anymore. I'm gonna like drop the burdens because I'm gonna take control and step it up, and like I'm gonna pursue what I want. So I'm a bit like, oh, that's wild. I can't believe that's happened. Why is that one turned over? Two of Cups reversed. What is going on here? What is going on here? Who's who? You know what there is here? There's so much fire and swords. It's like, there's a lot of thinking and there's a lot of action, but there's not a lot of expression of emotion. And it is practical. If you're showing up as the King and Queen of Pentacles, you're two very practical people and you're made for each other. I'll tell you what's nice. The King and the Queen are both upright. So you're both fantastic providers. This is so nice. I don't want to rush through this because it's really nice. You're both fantastic providers. You could have a home, you could have children, but you don't have to. You could just be really successful in work. You could be later on in life, you could be retired, could be semi-retired. I love Halloween. I absolutely love it. It's my favourite. It's my absolute favourite. I don't know who's who, but one of you. You're both very practical people, very secure. You love your security, you love to have money in the bank, you love to spend money. Okay, because a money mindset, an abundance mindset means spending money. It's a bit like energy flows out so it can flow in. You know, you need old energy to flow out so new energy can flow in. When you spend money, more money comes because you kind of got faith that money's just energy flowing around and you're part of the universe, you're part of that flower of life. That sacred geometry has no beginning, has no end. You are a part of everything. So it's not like you're never going to have money again, even if you're between jobs or even if work's quiet and you've got made part-time or hours reduced. You know rationally things will pick up again. Or if you need to, you'll go somewhere else and get work. Money's all around us. Um, You probably keep a really nice home, both of you. You probably, if I feel like you're two people that are like maybe later on in life. You could be middle-aged, you could be retired, you could be semi-retired, you could be older, but let's be honest, people have their own businesses now, even when they're older, in another, you know, say if you're working for a company or an organization, you tend to find it harder to move jobs because they want younger people in, or you know, technically you should be like taking retirement. But let's be honest, you could retire from a job and then have a channel and you could work till the day you dot. You could, you know, till the day you die, you could be working in good money. So I don't assume because one's older they don't work, but I just think it's a mature person, two mature people. You could have already like been married, you could have already had all of that and like, you know, had partners that have passed on and like there's people that find love again, they have like another life, they have like another chapter, like in the 70s and the 80s and like whatever. Oof, knocked my pumpkins. It's just nice. I don't want to move on from it. It's nice. And you know what was really cool, Leo, is like you had a few readings over the last year or so that were like you're waiting for finances to pick up, and it's like you've got to a point where you're secure, you're stable, you know. Leos have good taste as well, very sexy, very masculine. Even like females can be very like dominant, they know what they want, they go for what they want, action orientated. They make, you know, they make shit happen. This is using wisdom. This is like steadying emotions and it's delivering a confession. So I feel like there's been a choice that's been a long time coming. It's about a kind of rebirth. And we're still not getting too emotional about it, but we've decided that we want our person. And that's, I don't know whether you're the emperor or the empress. I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go with my gut and I'm gonna say you're the King of Pentacles just because the narrative is like on your side, you've got the Ace of Wands, so this is something you really want. And when it's an ace, the universe is granting our wish. Like we may have made practical moves to make it happen, but then our hard work's being met with some good luck from the universe, and you had this planning phase. Just because you're not being overly emotional doesn't mean you don't really want it. Sometimes we hold back emotion out of pride, out of ego, because we don't want to get rejected or whatever. Whereas this person just seems to feel weak. They're not over it. There's unfinished business, and then they're dropping the burdens. And you know, the Empress is someone that attracts, they don't chase. The Empress is like, when you're ready, you'll come find me. You'll present yourself to me. You'll hunt me down. It's your divine counterpart. Like, this is a very good decision. It's a very good decision. Um, if they're the emperor, for some reason you're the empress, like taking the lead, taking the initiative. Let's continue, and it might make more sense. But for some reason, I'm leaning. Reason you're the empress, like taking the lead, taking the initiative. Let's continue, and it might make more sense. But for some reason, I'm leaning towards you're the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. Maybe you feel like the Emperor reverse because you haven't got your Empress yet, you know? See, this would be a no contact message. I'm not Scottish, I'm Scouse. No Liverpool. I mean, look at all these messages. You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me. Never really know where I stand with you. So this person, these are your person's like messages that they would say to you in no contact. I feel lost without you. That's quite sweet. They can't really get a grip on, like, get a handle on who you are and what you want from them, because you're not really opening up, you know, that you're not offering like emotion, you're not being honest how you feel. So it's making them like doubt, you know, that you're the right person. They've got mother wounds. My mother is a big influence on my behavior now as an adult. I have challenges with connecting to the divine feminine energy within me and externally. Okay, so they could have lost their mum at a young age, or their mum could have died in a way that was traumatic, or they had a bad relationship with their mother. They might not know who their mother is. They've got some sort of mother wound, and normally what comes from that is issues with attachment, so avoidant attachment, a lack of security, of grounding, wanting to run away, being afraid to be vulnerable. So this person really needs more security, more reassurance, and they're not getting it emotionally from you. They might get you showing up saying in a very matter-of-fact way, like, you're important to me and I got plans for us, but that doesn't make someone feel like all that secure, because that can come across a bit overwhelming, a bit domineering, a bit like, well, you with me or you against me? You know, like you're prepared to cut and run and cut them loose if you need to. Because they're not on board, they're not moving fast enough. That can be a bit of a Leo trait. So a good thing to do, Leo, would be to open up emotionally and show this person that you want them specifically, and it's not just, I'm looking for ride or die and you're either it or you're not. Do you know what I mean? It can come off like a bit scary to people because they want to feel like they're important to you, not they've got the right bank balance for you, or they've got the right assets for you, or they're at a, you know, a point in their life where they look like something you're wanting on your arm. Like they want to feel like there's emotional balance and loyalty, like a deep, long lasting loyalty there. True companionship. They're gonna panic. This is the person that's gonna overreact to stuff or panic or feel like they're not good enough because they've got insecurities from some sort of childhood trauma, something that's missing fundamentally. And it doesn't mean they're not worth being with, but you might have to show them that there's someone special to you, that there's someone to be with. When I think about you, I cry. Oh, let the past go. Can we rewind time and go back before we were both broken down by life? Our past hold us back from our future. I told you, this is like, can there be a rebirth with this person? There's not a new person, it's someone you've already dealt with. That for some reason it didn't. Maybe you met when you both had a family of your own and you weren't available. Maybe you met when one, to become widowed and wasn't emotionally available because the heart was breaking for the person that was gone. Maybe one of you wasn't financially doing well at the time, so you weren't looking for love. You didn't feel like you could present yourself to one another. Maybe, I don't know, I've spoken about this before on the channel, but there's lots of reasons why some people are not available. And it's like because they haven't got the ducks in a row, or they're going through loss. They've got their own, stuff going on, like in their own world. That's nothing to do with you. That's usually the case, or they're not available, and they wouldn't. I don't know, but it's like something, or maybe it's like, at various points I've gone and lived in other countries, and therefore you're talking to someone long distance, and then you end up moving back home, and then circumstances sort of don't allow for things at certain times, and then years later they do. It could be anything, couldn't it? It could be anything. Something to say. There's something I really want to share with you. I'm waiting for the right time to tell you. Maybe they're the King of Pentacles. They could be a Taurus, they could be a Sagittarius in that case. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Maybe they're the Emperor. Maybe you're the Empress attracting them in. And they're the Emperor that's feeling weak, feeling at a loss, but they've got to confess something. And it's not that they're feeling weak because finances are bad, but they've got these mother wounds. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Because they're saying there's something they really want to tell you. They've got lost twice. They feel lost without you. I'm trying to make this work, but I feel so lost. I don't know what to do or say anymore. And it's easier to just stay in silence. Oh, that would fit with them. That would fit with them. Feeling kind of like they've got some sort of like, even though they're incredibly successful and established and financially very secure, very generous, loving person, very practical person, probably look nice, have good taste. I think they're going to confess something, even though they've got these issues. They just feel lost without you. They've never forgotten about you. There's something they really want to tell you. I do feel like that's how it is from what's coming out. Let's get what's the nature of this connection, please? Gratitude. You need to be grateful for the love already present in your life to attract more of it. Well, they would have insecurities, and they may have a lack of love for themselves or feel like others wouldn't value them. They may feel at a disadvantage because they don't have that lovely textbook upbringing to kind of flaunt and be like, hey, come and meet the family, or this is my mum, this is my dad. Like, maybe they don't know who either of their parents are. Like, you don't know someone's life. Do you know what I mean? Maybe their parent rejected them and they're like walking around being an arsehole still, like decades later. And this person just doesn't have any kind of relationship with their parent. Like, I don't know. It says mother wounds. Yeah, that makes sense because it stops you from being able to connect with the divine feminine. And whether you're a man or a woman is not dictated by, you know, being an empress or an emperor. Like, you can be an empress because you're incredibly creative, productive, abundant, you're very attractive, you attract love and success. Doesn't mean that everything's just easy for you, but you'll always come back fighting, you'll always regenerate, you'll always reproduce, you'll always come back from zero as many times as you need to. But you will attract in a great love. You're not really someone that needs to chase at all. It's someone that's destined to have, like kids, to be married, to be a mother, to be like a father, to. But they tend to attract like their loves. They don't really need to do a lot. People just become obsessed with them. um, do you think about me too? You're like heavily on this person's mind. You know what's very, it's very sweet because this is someone that like has that sort of trauma that makes them think they can't win. It's making me want to cry, but like they're an emperor. They're like very successful. They're very worthy of an empress like you. And they're really trying to manage their emotions. They're trying to act out of wisdom. And they really want to open up about their plans for the future. It's such a nice reading. I've had some absolute bangers this week. Corkers. So we've already got an idea of like where these sort of like the lack of confidence is coming from. Where do they feel at a disadvantage, please? Because you're not just a person affected by your childhood traumas, you're affected by the relationships that you've had. They sort of reflect to you what kind of like value you've got. They shouldn't do, but it does a lot of damage when people don't treat us right. On top of already being a vulnerable person, because of what's happened to us as a child, that can really shape your image of yourself, your self-image. Vicious circle, pattern of relationship issues, bad habits, no-win situation. It's very common, this, but it's no one's fault, is it? Obviously, what childhood they've had or what lack of kind of like self-esteem they've got. But nasty people are attracted to that. even if you're normally really confident and vivacious and you've been brought up to have like a really good grounding and sense of self, someone can catch you at a weak point in your life, can't they? Maybe you've got extreme like homesickness, or you're going through grief, or someone was really unpleasant to you, or what you look like, and it makes you feel shit about yourself, or like maybe you've lost a lot in different areas of your life, and then someone comes along, they seem like a knight in shining armor, but they're actually a karmic that's teaching you to put up boundaries. For this person, it all gives context, because for this person to experience karmic lessons, be financially abused, probably financially abused because they're very financially abundant, probably emotionally abused, could have been physically abused, any and all are possible. But to get to a point where you care about someone that much that you want to step up and tell them how you feel about them and put yourself on the line, put your heart on the line, they really fucking like you. They probably in love with you. And they are your divine counterpart. Like, you're a fantastic match. King and Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor and the Empress. You are made for each other. You would suit each other down to the ground. I'm so sorry for this person. It could be a generational pattern as well. Like, if their parent got used, attracted karmics, then it's like their pattern to attract karmics as well. Because they've got no like sense of self-esteem or self-image, self-worth. Welcoming dawns, be open and receptive, embracing new beginnings with an eager heart. It's like a new day is dawning, a new chapter's beginning, the sun's coming up. We're going into a really nice period. Yeah, I think they're going to be a generational curse breaker. I think you're right, Megan. We've got a history of that. My mum, my sister, me, we've attracted people that have like been so charming and then they're just absolutely awful. Nothing but trouble. Doesn't mean you're never going to find happiness, but definitely forces you to put boundaries up. But it'd be nice to not have to experience it. Hi Nandini. It's this is weekly love readings. They're collective by zodiac sign, and I'm on the sign of Leo. Today I'll be doing Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. You can find the Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer readings on the previous live. I'll start to do career, education, and finance readings and health readings when memberships start in mid-November, because I know those readings are very popular, but on top of working full-time as a teacher, I don't think I can like promise that without getting some income from that, because then I'll eventually become like a full-time tarot reader. There's got to be like a changeover, like a transition period, it's not doable otherwise. I'm just working stupid hours 24/7. Restraints test. Trapped in instability, resist impulsive urges to find steady ground. Resist impulsive urges. I mean, this isn't impulsive, because look, they're really trying to use their wisdom. They're really trying to keep their emotions in check. And there's planning going on. They don't want to have any arguments. They're coming up super stable, super practical, super generous. Wow. Imagine being an emperor and not realizing that you're an emperor. That's so sad. Imagine being made to feel like worthless and you've become an emperor. It's usually the case, isn't it? People are told that X, Y, and Z to try and control them. An emperor is all four kings, so it's the king of swords, the king of wands, the king of pentacles, and the king of cups. So king of cups is very emotionally intelligent, patient, forgiving, understanding. That's the heart chakra. The king of pentacles is someone who's very financially like focused, like material focused. They prefer security, financial security. Prefer to earn money and spend money, like a pro. They love to have material surroundings and people around them that are very attractive looking, very stylish, very generous. Like their love language is to gift. King of Swords is like intelligent, strategic. They keep the cards close to the chest in terms of feelings and emotions. They have them, but they prefer to use information, research, facts, make moves with intelligence, like a chess game. Um, Fantastic speakers as well. Love to serve the community. Information is power. Um, what's the other one? King of Wands, ambitious, go-getter, action-orientated, constantly making new goals and striving to reach them. Very successful, very ego concerned, like what people think. Very handsome or sexy, beautiful, passionate, loyal. Okay, so an emperor's like the fuckest uppest. They're like top of the heap. It's what we all strive to be by the end of our lives. We want to be an emperor or an empress. They're equal in status, the highest status in the tarot deck. And Leo, you have got an emperor and an empress, and you got King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. So this is a power couple. It's a very abundant couple. Gonna have a beautiful home, beautiful things. You're both gonna look fantastic. You're gonna be very generous to the people around you, very loving, very secure, provide a lot of security. And you are gonna like bring out the best in each other. It's awesomeness. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to put it. It's like nothing could get in the way of this. Like, you're supposed to be together. It's predestined. Okay. Tantric sex, game over. What is going on? Isn't tantric sex where you like don't actually have penetrative sex, like it builds up and up, like the wait? Is that right? I think it's like you wait, don't you? You wait for really long periods, like months at a time. I don't know, I'll have to Google it. Probably like what I know about that is from Sex and the City. Game over. I don't see that as like the end of love. I feel like you've got my heart. Like it's that kind of vibe. Like without you, like I don't want love. Do you know what I mean? Game over. Like the wait is over. I don't need to look anymore. Like this is my person. Wow. So absence has only made the heart grow fonder and other body parts. I don't know why I don't know why they've chosen that picture to put on there. Maybe it just looks peaceful. Maybe that's the point of like, maybe that's the point Buddha doesn't have sex, so it's tantrics, which is like that desire isn't not fulfilled, it's just burning desire, like that's left unfulfilled. Not as in like you won't be with them, but the burning passion doesn't end because normally that's something passion burns itself out, doesn't it? Within like a year and a half, 2 years, you're not all over each other anymore. Like maybe this is a love that's enduring because it's not focused on. I don't know. I don't know why they've put that on. Whether you want sex or not, this relationship dynamic is destined. It's ordained. It's like two souls coming together that belong together. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be companionship, there's going to be success, there's going to be, yeah. Yeah, it's very spicy. Oh, this is like, why am I reading so long? And it doesn't matter, it's my business, I can do what I want. It's just a really nice one. I know you've been waiting for this, Leo. I know you've been waiting for this for a long time. It's a long time since I had a reading like this for Leo. It's always like, you know, or it's not working out, or I need to sort my finances. It's like you're this lonely lion. And you've got your soulmate in this one. So let's enjoy it. Oh, this is what we were talking about. This is sustaining. This is going to sustain. This is a love that's going to sustain itself. Because anything that is based just off looks doesn't last, does it? You know, it's great for like a matter of months and then what? Do you know what I mean? As long as you're physically attracted to it, you need to be attracted to the person, don't you? The person as a whole and everything that makes them them. Some things aren't about you not being. Why does it go? Why does it go so well? Some things aren't about you not being good enough. They're just not right for you. That's the unspoken truth. That's this person's unspoken truth. They've been with karmics. They've been trapped in a vicious circle with karmics, and it made them feel like they were never enough, but they've always been enough. And meeting you has made them realize, like, it's very sweet because they've never given up. But I think you're going to make this card become like this. You're going to make this emperor put their crown back on and, like, you know, puff out their chest and, like, sit with pride. And make them realize, like, you're good enough. Of course you're good enough. It's too nice. I'm sorry, but it's too nice. I'm going to put it that way up because, you know, this person needs to realize, like, what they are and who they are. I think Leos are like, you know how a cat always like will find like a pigeon or a mouse or something and present it on the front doorstep. Like, look what I brought for you. That's what Leos do. I think you're gonna romance this person. I think you're gonna provide, like, it's not like they're like you king and queen of pentacles, you emperor and empress, you're well matched in terms of what you've got. But you're not afraid to like romance someone. You're not afraid to show that traditional, like, I want to provide things to you. I want to gift you. I want to do those actions. Like, you enjoy it, you know, like, and you're good at it. You know what people like and you like to provide them with it. Like, you like to make romantic gestures. You know how to turn it on, Leo. If you dated a Leo, you know what I'm talking about. Um, Mysteries. Unlock ancient secrets. The past holds the keys to your future. Roots. Connect with your roots. Ancestral wisdom guides you. So even if you're someone that doesn't have a good relationship with your mother, or you don't have a good relationship with either of your parents, there's ancestors, there's people that have like passed away that are literally by your side. Like could be a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, anyone that's like important, a brother or sister, anyone that's important to you, that you were close with, is providing guidance at this time. And this is for you, Leo. Like, so I don't know, it's your ancestors, okay, that are helping this come together. I told you it's predestined. Enlighten. Illumination is near, a period of enlightenment and clarity awaits. I wonder what your Leo, it's worth checking out if there's any like patterns in your side of the family. Patterns of karmics or divorce or patterns of something. Find out like how people in your family have lived their lives like over the generations. Unlock ancient secrets. The past holds the keys to your future. Kind of cool. Let's get a timing for this. Release the need to control the situation. Yeah, because I think this person's coming for you, you know. I think they're becoming empowered. And I think they're coming for you. I think you're the empress. But when you're like, when you're with this person, you're gonna like spoil them, because that's what King and Queen of Pentacles love language is. That's what you do when you love someone. You enjoy, you go around the shops and you're like, I know who would love that, or I know what I would get them just to make them feel happy. Like, it's a very thoughtful person, like, and Leos, you're very like masculine and very, even if you're a female, you very like take action, like romantic, loyal, a lot of passion, a lot of like big heart. Like, you've not been wearing your heart on your sleeve, but when you're in love, you will do, and you'll enjoy organising nice things for this person. You'll enjoy spoiling them and making them feel good, and they'll do that for you. What you put in, you'll get back out from this person. A mystical encounter will change your path. Be prepared. Ooh. Oh, I've not had this out before, I don't think. 6666, great blessings. Self-love, boundaries. How well does that go? These are all different decks. Needs, good vibes, wisdom, understanding, letting go. Nurture yourself, your needs, desires, and boundaries. Let go of things that are weighing you down. Make space for something meaningful and expand your spirit to all areas of your life. That big love, opportunity, or job needs to squeeze in somewhere. Wow. I'd say it's big love, wouldn't you? That's so nice. I'm glad it took ages on that. Playful. This is mindful messages. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Why spend time upset when there is so much fun to be had? You're gonna have a blast with this person. It's gonna be like your golden age, what you're going into now, and it's gonna make this person just feel. It's gonna make both of you feel like carefree, like you can get through anything, like you've got each other, and probably gonna enjoy showing it off to the world. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really nice. Congratulations. Okay, take care, Leo. I hope you liked this reading. Please give it a like, share it, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I will see you in the next one. You're very welcome to watch the sign of your person. Watch any signs that you cusp with. If you're early on in Leo season, it might resonate to watch the Cancer reading. If you're late on in Leo season, it might resonate to watch the what is it next? Virgo reading. Sometimes I do that, and Aries resonates better for me sometimes more than the Taurus one. I obsessively used to watch my moon sign. I'd watch like my person sign, my sun sign, like anything that I cusp with. I used to watch all of it, honestly. And then one time, Baddison was like, someone's watching like every one of their placements. I was like, gulp. Can't hide anything from a tarot reader. You can get obsessed with tarot though. You can get like really, because you just can't believe when you first discover it, you can't believe, like, it's like a phenomenon, isn't it? It's just a phenomenon, really. What time is it? I need to plug in my charger, 10 to 5.